Hello and welcome. Hi. My name's Jason. The channel is It's Probably Okay. I'm here with some, let's say, friends. And, oh gosh, I didn't turn my background image on. This is so embarrassing. Everyone's gonna know I
We
have a green screen behind me. Oh
are we
no.
not friends, Jason? I am very
I'm
concerned
sorry,
by.
are none of you actually in space? Am I the only one?
Oh, I'm in space,
Okay.
obviously.
But
On a metaphysical level.
this is my channel, but not my show. So, Blythe, take it away.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. It's been a minute. Bear with me. There's been a lot of life changes, so if I'm a little spacey and not just the in space kind of way, that is why. Um, this is Star Wars: Silence in the Force, the demigod slash Jedi gods actual play, and it's really just us completely breaking demigods, so Jason can learn what's wrong with his game. I don't know. It's a great game. Everybody should play it. Let's go around and meet our wonderful players. We are in some really sticky situations, and I'm trying to figure out how to get y'all out of all of the things, and I don't know if it's going to happen. So let's start with Joey.
I had a feeling I was going to be first. Hi, I'm Joey, and I am playing Master Shio Mark, Jedi Knight, Sword, Blade Master Extraordinaire, and the person trying to extend an olive branch to some of the members of our team who were maybe feeling a little ostracized and called out because they meddled with things they shouldn't have. But I'm not going to tell them that anymore. And yeah, he's just out here trying to have a good time and be a good boy.
All right, Jay.
Hey y'all, I'm Jay Holtham and I am playing Trash Penta, our fun-filled, fun-loving, good time, action-loving, seeking thrill fun guy who is just out on a little bit of a journey. I'm out there being trash and seeing what happens.
All right, Pooja.
Okay, I'm Pooja. I'm playing Kira Ren. Sorry, just out there being trash.
That's right.
That was very good.
It was so good. I'm playing Kira Ren, twin sister to Jason, who is on my left, and I don't know where he is on y'all's screen, and is currently all up in her feels with her Jedi therapist.
Ah, yes, the best character I've created. Alista, that's her name. I named her, I promise.
Her name is Alista Star.
Yep.
I know because I checked my notes just now.
I'm glad someone has notes. I've lost so many of mine because I don't know where anything is in my house right now. All right, Jason, tell us who
Hi.
you play.
Yeah, I play Kieran Ren, twin brother to Kira Ren, culturally Mandalorian, trained as a Jedi, recently stripped of his access to the Force. So I have switched playbooks from the Arcane to the Artisan, which is still a bookish, sort of nerdy type thing, and it's not totally outside of what Kieran was into, working on machines and whatnot. So he's still interested in discovering the secrets of the universe, and getting the Force back would be nice. So it's an adventure. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know if you're getting the Force back. I have no idea.
Yeah,
We'll
me
see what
neither.
choices you all make. So, for a thread, who wants to recap what happened?
I could do it. My absolutely impartial and definitely not half in character notes. So our Master Jedi on on Breldoon contacted Shio directly, so the gig is up. He blamed me for everything.
Okay.
Sounds accurate to me. That's exactly how I remember that conversation.
The holocron has a lot of knowledge, but no answer on how to restore Kieran to the Force. Trash finally set us on the actual course to Breldoon for real this time. He notices something. Someone might be following us. Oh yeah, definitely following us, but staying pretty far back, so probably not our problem.
Probably not.
As we got out of the ship to board the speeder, Solana and 4 or 5 other Jedi are there, and those 4 or 5 are Temple Guardians. So this definitely seems like a good thing. Trash shot at them and then took off. In the general, he shot at in the general vicinity of them. I feel like it's important to note because I put stars on that.
I did not shoot at them. I shot in their general direction.
There you go. And then he took off, and
Yes.
with Kieran's armor.
Yep.
So no. Kieran wants to study what happened, but he accepts his situation. I want to be part of studying the key and the holocron. He says he'll support me in that. Shio and Solana heard everything because we had that conversation in the back of a speeder, which we were all occupying. Trash went to Coruscant to hide out and enlisted the assistance of a Hutt, but the Hutt demanded that he hunt the Mandalorian. Remember that, like, our Hutt from Breldoon, whose name I've forgotten and did not write down. Kagatha had a bounty out on a Mandalorian, and that is how we tracked down our original informant on the Children of the Void. And so he meets with Reyes to get more information on the Mandalorian, and then Reyes wants that Mandalorian's armor. The Children of the Void want to eradicate the Force, but that's all that the Jedi found out before the children just disappeared. Solana agrees to let me research the key and holocron. We got Kieran some temporary replacement armor and a new jetpack that we tinkered with to, make it a little bit more Kieran friendly. And then we dropped off the artifacts at the research wing of the Jedi Temple. Shio doesn't trust me, blames me for what happened to Kieran. And Solana gave him some hardcore life advice about taking responsibility for everyone's business instead of minding his own. He told her all about the ritual and what happened to Kieran. The Dark Side research team is a bunch of weirdos. But a human, Alyssa Starr, takes me aside to teach me about Dark Side shields so that I can effectively help the team without being evil. Trash is supposed to infiltrate a museum event run by Jan in order to lure the Mandalorian out. But first he goes around and hits up some bars on 1313 looking for the Mando. Who has been around and is bragging about ripping off the Hutt because that's totes a great way to stay alive. And as part of this whole ruse to lure the Mando out, Trash puts on whatever pieces of Kieran's armor he can fit into and does that Superman revealing the pieces thing as he spreads the words that he wants to a go-between to sell artifacts to the Jedi. Meanwhile, Shio goes back to his room and meditates on not being an overbearing jerk, and then messages Kieran and me. My Jedi therapist, Alyssa Starr, told me I need to have conversations with my friends and loved ones because that's easy. But then we go out and we met Shio at the Kyber Club and we talk about tracking Trash down. she is going to investigate Nar Shaddaa Forest, and Kieran and I will stay and like do more research and try to like, you know, work on this for a few days because we can't really just leave as soon as we got here. Meanwhile, the Mando came to find Trash on his ship, offering to take care of his artifacts. They haggled. He Trash gives him some to offload, and the Mando pushes for more mystical artifacts. And let's drop that they are not for Jan or the Jedi in general, but that a Mandalorian buyer wants them. The Mando's armor is different. A chunk of it is pure Beskar. And he bought some of the artifacts for himself. And Trash rigs a stunner trap on his ship in the most expert of manners. And he lures the Mando on the ship in the most expert of ways. And then he stuns him and traps him in a room. But he does not take the Mando's armor. He just... because there are lines that even he will not cross. And then he heads back to Berlin. Obviously impartial.
Yep.
Only the important things.
Yes.
All of that tracked exactly to me.
Quick question. Do you hear my mom picking up on the microphone? Okay. I was like, wow, mom. Okay. It just came. I can hear everything she's saying, and she's downstairs in this house right now, but this is what happens when my door is open. So I wasn't sure if it was coming through. All right. Yes, so that was totally impartial and not at all biased. I'm sure Shio has nothing to say about those notes. Has no thoughts whatsoever.
I am not taking responsibility for what she said.
Growth. Yes, Kitty, who kicked me in the face on the way out.
Oh.
That's love.
My dog would come say hi, but he's just like, no, I want to chew on my toy and not pay attention to you. And I'm like, come say hi, buddy. Too cute. All right, so you ended at the bar. Oh, wait, is he gonna come say hi? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna come say hi? Are you just gonna blend in with the green screen because you're too dark? Come here. Come here, baby boy. There's a dog. Just...
Yes, after discussing the trash situation, we actually stayed and had drinks together like civilized peoples.
Here is a boy. Here is a Strider.
Hey.
I'm getting a new puppy tomorrow. We're gonna have 3. Gonna have 3 puppies. All right.
Getting a new dog
Yes.
tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's exciting. You gotta lead with
It is
that.
exciting.
Yeah.
His name is
Headline news.
his name will be Chopper,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Good
he's
names.
going to be the smallest of my dogs. So it's gonna be even funnier because his name is Chopper. All right. Yeah. So you were in the bar discussing your plan about Nar Shaddaa. Jay Trash is headed back from Coruscant with a Mandalorian in tow.
That's right.
Um,
Skillfully, I might add. Skillfully.
Very skillfully. I was one of those, well, I don't know if he'll fall for this. You're like 13. I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he falls for it.
Woohoo.
Now, if only any of those dice rolls had transferred into later games.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's going to take like a little bit of time for him in hyperspace to get back here. For everybody else, what, like, are you getting ready to go to Nar Shaddaa? Are you going to stay on Breldun? I kind of need to see how this timing lines up because it could be really funny if y'all end up not together on the same planet.
I'm just imagining that meme from Umbrella Academy with Elliot
the
Page and
driving past.
5. Just that's what I'm seeing in my brain.
Yep.
Yeah. Shio is going to start trying to get some research done about Nar Shaddaa, places where Trash might go. See if you get in contact with any of the Jedi contacts that they may have on Narshada, any shadows there, monitoring underworld activities, things like that.
What?
All right.
Call ahead with a phone?
I don't
Yeah.
understand any of that.
Space phone.
That's not how movies work.
Communicate? What? Why would you do that?
There's a whole I don't remember if it's a website. There was a whole thing that was like movies from the 80s and 90s that would be 10 minutes long if anyone had a phone.
Yep.
This is not. I don't need to do story time right now, but I was playing a game last night and there was a lot of reminders of like, you don't have cell phones, so you have to go find a phone. And then like the police officer was like, we're gonna go call backup, and he had to go to a police call box because there weren't radios in the cars yet.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But yeah, okay. So y'all are gonna call ahead and make sure some people in Narshada are investigating. Like smart people, you're gonna communicate.
Okay, so that means we're not rushing around trying to jet out of here as quickly as possible.
I imagine.
Because you two had mentioned wanting to spend time with some of the artifacts, do some research. So that's kind of that's Shio's compromise. Shio wants to go right away. He's like, you know what? They want to spend time researching. I'll start doing research of my own to try to find trash.
Cool.
Okay. Make me. Just make me a judgment roll.
Oh Lord! All right. Well, I know what stat I'm increasing next level up I get. All right. Oh no. So it's doubles.
Oh no.
That'd be a big old snake eyes, which does get me my last thread, which means I'm probably going to increase judgment at this point.
Okay, well, you learn nothing. No one has seen trash, or maybe everyone has seen trash. Everyone is like, yeah, I've seen a green Twi'lek running around Narshada, and everyone is like, yeah, so have I. There's a bunch of Twi'leks on Narshada. So some of the descriptions like might be him. Some are definitely not him unless he's decided to take up some new life choices, which he kind of has. So maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you're not sure if he's on Narshada or not.
All right, that's fair. You know, I love these dice. I bought these dice. They're like cool Pokemon dice with different evolutions on them. They're very, very cool. They roll terribly. I don't think I've rolled a 6 on them consistently ever. So they need to go back to training. Anyway, continue on.
Yes, it sounds like it is time to put them in dice jail for this game. And I don't know, unless you want to keep rolling too.
Well, I'm going to keep them on, to the side for when I need to take a powerful blow or anything of that nature in this game, where I need to roll differently. Anyway,
they really only should roll a 6 about 16% of the time. So,
So, Joey,
I don't recall anyone inviting logic to this conversation.
As I believe the saying goes, never tell me the odds.
I'm not familiar with that. Is that from Citizen Kane?
It's from a little-known movie.
Okay.
Star Wars. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah.
Nope. Must have
have you seen that old movie, Star Wars?
It's really obscure. Like no one's watched it. It didn't get like a whole massive franchise. Nope. All right. Trash. We're gonna cut over to you for a second.
Cool.
The Mandalorian is waking up, and you've locked him in Dean's room.
Yep.
Okay.
And tied him up. Them,
Yes.
him, them. Tied them up, and stripped as many obvious weapons as I could.
All right. Yeah. So you hear a banging coming from the back of the ship from someone banging on the door.
That's understandable.
And Arby looks very concerned.
I got this, Arby. It's all right. Don't worry about it for now. You know, I don't need to hear it from you two.
He kind of wheels off for a second,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like he comes back with a drink. He's like,
Thank you. That's great.
so, but yes, you hear a very loud "Let me out" and some banging,
Yeah, huh?
and possible blaster fire, but it doesn't seem to be doing much.
Good, as long as it's not doing much.
I mean, it's a ship. Your ship is,
Yeah.
you wanted a better one, but it's not like it's a bad ship.
And exactly, yeah, no. I mean, we got some good shielding in this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep flying. They'll figure they'll tire themselves out.
Yeah, so he is very frustrated and does not seem to be tiring himself out anytime soon. But you are getting close to Breldune.
Mm-hmm.
And for y'all on Breldune, it's becoming about morning time. It's becoming day. Where are you planning on landing?
Well, I was just gonna say, so as I get close to Breldune, I flip open the old comms and I call my buddy Kagatha.
Yep. Kagatha.
And I'm like, hey, Kagatha, I think I have something of interest and note for you.
Her Twi'lek translator answers. It is like, what is it?
A certain Mandalorian that I think you've been looking for.
His eyes get kind of wide for a second. He's like, you managed to catch the Mandalorian.
I've caught a Mandalorian. I'm pretty sure it's the one. So let's find out. But you know,
They're all the same. It's fine.
This Mandalorian's a little testy. I've got them secured on my ship, but apparently they're a little unhappy. And things with me and the Jedi right now are a little complicated. So I'm hoping that you've got a spot where I could just like whoop, slip in, and maybe with some of your friends we can take this Mandalorian off. We can maybe do a little business about that, and then I can be on my way.
I will send you a meeting spot to drop off the Mandalorian. If it is the Mandalorian we are looking for, then we will help you out.
All right.
If not, well, you know how it goes. Business and all that.
Exactly. I just ask you, if it's not, just give me a head start.
I can do that.
Thank you.
And he drops off comms and sends you coordinates to where
Awesome.
to meet. And it's kind of a more remote area,
Mm-hmm.
near-ish where the first ambush you experienced was. It's one of the like trade routes.
Cool.
But not about to just meet you at Kagatha's place.
No.
In case things go wrong.
I did not expect that. I'm just hoping Kagatha sends like, I don't know, seven guards with nice weapons. And yeah, let's do it.
But are they a match for the Jedi? Yeah, so yeah, you get the coordinates, you have a landing spot. The meeting time is not right away because they need time to make the preparations.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But you can land and be relatively untraced.
Cool.
By things. Or at least
That's
roll me a metal check.
Metal? Jeez. Hold on. Metal. What's my metal?
I need more coffee.
Metal. Come on, dice. Oh. That's a 6.
Yeah, as far as you know, you're untraced. No idea.
What's the other die, Jay?
Oh. All right, sure. This is obviously this is going to work out just fine.
It's gonna be so fine. You'll be totally okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're landing, and you have a minute to kind of get your stuff together and, you know, get the Mandalorian ready.
I mean,
are you going to ask this Mandalorian any questions about themselves or?
no. I mean, my plan is actually to leave them on the ship until Kagath's, goons can come with me, and then we'll deal with getting them off. I'm not opening the door or having a conversation with the Mandalorian on my own. Like, I pulled a gag once. I don't think it's gonna work twice.
All right, well, the Mandalorian is like trying to get your attention as hard as possible in the back of the ship, and at one point is just like, listen, I don't know what they're paying you, but I can get you more.
I'm not responding. I'm not. Nope. Not having a conversation.
Like, I have ties to the Mandalorian government. Like, I wasn't lying when I said I was an archaeologist.
Yeah.
They can help. They can, they could provide you safe passage from whatever you're running from.
Mm-hmm. Sure they could.
So this is the kind of stuff you're hearing. Very, I got powerful friends in powerful places. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could make it worth your while to let me go.
I don't think so. No.
You know the Hutts. I'm sure it's a Hutt who's after me because, well, they're very easy to piss off. But come on,
yeah, and you did. So, yep.
It's like, all right. And he gets quiet for a second, and then tries to another approach of just like, well, I got a lot of weapons, and I got a lot of explosives that you didn't find. I could blow up your ship.
That seems pretty foolish since you're on the ship. So
Beskar's durable. Bet you're not.
We're in hyperspace, so I don't think Beskar is that durable.
You make a good point. And he gets quiet again. They do have a name. Mandalorian is a person with goals and a life. But yeah, so now they're quiet again, not saying much. So we're gonna cut back to, so you found out nothing from Nar Shaddaa, Shio.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea if Trash went there. Are you going to try any other planets based on the fact that Nar Shaddaa came up as pretty bleh? I mean, you have an underworld contact.
I do. So I think what Shio's going to do is he's going to use the Jedi to check some of the surrounding systems. Maybe he's going off some, like, not stopping at Nar Shaddaa right away, or stopping in that area. Or stopping there, stopping at like Nal Hutta and changing planes and then going to Nar. I don't know, but he's also going to call Reyes because, he's an underworld contact, and maybe he knows, someone on Nar Shaddaa, and maybe he knows, all the deep hidden spots that the Jedi don't.
Deep hidden spots.
I know what I said.
Yeah, you call him up, he answers. It's daytime, so he looks a little bit sleepy, a little haggard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I was hoping you'd call.
I thought you might be. Have a long night?
Oh, you know how business is on Coruscant.
I am familiar.
Though none quite as fun as the night we had.
Well, when one mixes business with pleasure, how can one not have a good time?
You make a good point. So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Unfortunately, this call is business. For now. I'm looking for someone. Someone with good underworld contacts who might have gone dark. And I'm hoping to try to root them out to help them. I think they're in over their head.
Does this person have a name or a description, something to go on?
Oh, well, you remember our pilot, Trash Penta?
Oh, yes. The little, yes, I remember him quite well.
Yeah, he's in some trouble, and I'm looking to just make sure that he gets out of it okay.
Since I like you, I will give you a bit of information for free.
Oh,
I have come across your pilot. He seemed to be operating on his own, and, well, he seemed to be very interested in the bounties and making a quick buck.
see. Noting to self, he is on Coruscant, you idiot. Any bounties in particular?
Well, he wanted to offload some stuff he seemed to have collected along your journey. Or at
Yeah,
least I assume your journey you shared. I don't know.
that sounds about right.
He was looking for a way to sell that, so I gave him some information, and then he took up one of Kagatha's bounties.
Don't suppose you're going to tell me which one of Kekata's bounties.
That depends. What are you, See, my information only goes so far, even if you are cute.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Next time you're on Coruscant, you will owe me a favor.
Hey, as long as it doesn't violate the code, consider it done.
Don't worry, I won't be anything too rigorous. Or maybe it will. I haven't decided yet. He was going after that Mandalorian that Kagatha's been after. And I told him if he comes across the Mandalorian that I wanted the armor. Doesn't seem to have found him, I guess, because I've got no armor.
Now, just out of curiosity, what is a shrewd, professional, striking businessman like you want with Mandalorian armor?
Whoa. His is extra valuable. It's more than just Beskar alloy.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Could run a pretty penny on the black market, so. You know.
Just business. I appreciate that. Great. Thank you for the information. No word on whether or not this Mandalorian has been apprehended. Any gossip?
Not yet, as far as I know. Like I said, haven't seen any armor, and he hasn't come back to me, so I have no idea where or if he has caught him. But I do know that he does not seem to have strayed far from, well, Breldun or Coruscant or any of the two familiar planets.
It's good to know. He slowly shoves his notes on Nar Shaddaa off the desk.
Well, I do hope I'll be seeing you soon on Coruscant, but as you know, I am very busy and I have got business matters to attend to.
Of course. I look forward to seeing you as well.
He just kind of like laughs and winks at you and then closes the comms.
Coruscant, you complete nerf herder. Okay.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing you didn't see Jan, because then Jan would also be giving away so many whereabouts.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm then going to go to our buddy who schedules meetings with Kagatha, our Jedi contact, and see if he has any information on, has this bounty been picked up? Has it been confirmed? When can we get in to see Kagatha to talk about this bounty? Like, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, Cal is in his office. Callum is in his office, not Cal, because that's Cal Kestis. He looks not happy, as always. Very unpleasant, short little man.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what do you want?
I was just checking in to see how you're doing. How are you doing?
Well, I got meetings out the wazoo, and I got to figure out how to get more information and resources for Solana. She's requesting a lot.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening. I'm glad to see that you're on our side and gathering that information. No one does it better.
It's my job.
And you're so good at it. Speaking of information, I need some information about a bounty that Kagatha put out, whether it's been picked up, whether she's received any information on it. It's rather important regarding our last mission.
Listen, Kagatha doesn't share her bounties with us. That is not a thing unless we pay her real well. So I don't know anything about bounties, but I do know she has a very long waiting list of business deals happening in the next couple days.
Okay. Any chance I can see that list? See if anything matches with this bounty, possibly?
You just want to look at my list?
I'm just trying to get some information, and I know that you're very busy, so I figure I would help out by just taking that off your hands.
Roll a sway someone.
I do have +1. Ah, okay. And we're not using those dice. Thank God I have a 1. That's a 7.
Okay. He kind of looks you up and down for a second. He clearly is not happy about this suggestion, but he's also too annoyed to really do anything about it. So he's just like, fine, you can look at the list, but you're going to have to use that terminal over there. And that one is, well, it doesn't work well, but have fun. And he kind of wanders off, but he's given you access to his list. It's just gonna take a little bit of a possibly rewiring.
Great, not a problem at all.
I'll let you roll prowess to get it working.
Thank God. Yeah, I will do some percussive maintenance if I need to. Are you kidding me? That's a 5.
Same question as before.
Yeah. Yeah, the other die was swallowed. It's gone.
All right. So I'll give you a couple tries to get this working.
Okay.
But this first time, the terminal just kind of sputters at you, and you are convinced some sparks flew off of it.
Any chance I can challenge this thing to the death?
Your death, maybe, by electrocution. I don't think it has much self-preservation.
Oh, good.
As a terminal.
Yeah, I've got nothing that I can use here. Yeah, all of my skills are battle, which is fine, but except in this instance.
I mean, you could call up your Padawan, maybe. He might be able to help.
No, I can do this. They're busy doing their jobs. I'm going to take care of my job.
Okay. Well, while you're trying to get this terminal working, I'm going to cut over to Kira and Kieran.
Yep.
What are you two doing for the day?
Well, partially that'll depend. So at dawn, Kieran was going to get up and take a speeder bike out to a place where it's safe to shoot a blaster. And was just going to set up and do some target practice for the morning. But I don't know if that's is Kira also up at dawn and would know? He wouldn't go wake her up, but that's part of the question. On the other hand, his family frequency is always turned on. The Find My Ren app, and it's so he is findable to her, certainly.
Are you up, Kira?
Yeah, I mean, it's real hard to just toss away years of training to get up at the ass crack of dawn to do things, no matter how much you don't want to.
Yeah, I got it doubled down on too. The warrior Mandalorians and the warrior monk Jedi are not a lot of time for sitting around.
There is no such a thing as sleeping in either of those cultures.
Right. Right. Yeah, I was just picturing Kieran out there with, a bit of a blaster rifle, not like a giant rifle or anything, but, Jocasta Nu is his greatest inspiration, and so he had never really taken the rifle that seriously. He'd done some like basic blaster training he did as a kid, and when he went home for holidays and stuff, so he wouldn't embarrass his parents. But I think he's now taking to this as like, this is probably something I should figure out a little bit more in depth. And so he's just out there putting out things to shoot at, and some abandoned fence post somewhere. I don't know what it's doing here, why it looks like it's out of the American Old West, but here we are.
It was an addition by some Corellians.
Ah, okay.
Yep, that tracks.
Yeah.
It was a Corellian family that lived here.
Yep. And because it's Corellian, you do see a very familiar Bothan also at this training, doing some meditation and things.
Oh, okay.
He's not there to bother you or anything, but he is training. He did join the Jedi Order successfully.
Yay!
Good for him.
And his buddies are all kind of like, you kind of see them off in the distance doing some like training and practice on their own because the Jedi Order allowed the cinnamon bounty hunters to live there.
Cinnamon bounty hunters.
Yes. The cinnamon bounty hunters. This sounds like it would be a thing at Cinnabon.
I mean, I'm interested and would like to know more. If there's a newsletter or something I could subscribe to, I would be curious.
I would listen to this radio drama.
I love them so much. And I'm happy that they're safe and that y'all didn't just let them die in a Sith temple.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be our new spin-off series, is playing as the Cinnabontes.
I love them. So yeah, they're doing their thing, and you are out here doing some target practice. Kira, what are you joining, or are you going elsewhere?
I think I shall join. Hey, there's a conversation that Kieran and I need to have, and it's a great time to put it off as through target practice.
Okay.
So I will actually, I'm sorry. Let's assume I'm delayed just a little.
Okay. That's fine.
And I shall be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Kira's delayed a little, but you are training, you are practicing.
Yeah. There's a fair amount of like, he'll take a few shots and then be like, what? And it's like opening up this rifle that he hasn't used in years and like tinkering and, trying to realign the crystal refraction array.
Roll me, give me a prowess roll.
Oh, okay. That's a 9.
9? Okay.
And the other die is a 12. So
you're not going to get any bonuses from doing this, but you are definitely getting better with your blaster.
Okay, cool.
And you're getting refamiliar with it again. Like, it is kind of like, oh, this is just muscle memory. I've done this before. I can still do this.
Yeah. Cool.
I would say on some level it's boosting your confidence, but you're not getting like if you'd done really well, I would have given you a bonus to like later fight rolls or something.
Sure. Yeah, I'm also kind of trying to play into, like, I'm pretty sure my next advance would be to take the crafty move from Artisan, which is kind of what I want to lean into a little bit, I think. So we'll see if I make it that far. And if viewers don't know, we have this one and 2 more episodes after this. So we are nearing the end of this season. So, yeah.
Which makes me sad, but
yeah,
it's going to happen. And you're all going to TPK. I mean, what?
What?
All good stories must come to an end.
I know. All right. Cut back to Shio. Give me another prowess roll.
Okay.
Bad stories get 11 seasons and a half-assed movie.
There we go.
What if it's
Much
two
better.
half-assed movies?
That's a 13.
13. Yeah.
Finally.
This thing is working amazingly. You have got this terminal back up and running better than Callum could ever have thought you could. Like, no one has done this. It's amazing. It's perfect. So you are able to access all of the lists and all of the information you need. So yeah, you kind of start skimming through. There are, lots of different business deals and meetings going on various trade routes, and none of them are described as bounty drop-offs because that's not a thing people are supposed to be doing. That is not legitimate. But you do notice some of them are just like cargo drop-off. They're not really super descriptive on what they are. And you're able to kind of parse together that those might be possibly bounties, or at least they're not supplies. Like, all the other ones are like food drop-off, alcohol drop-off. Like, most of them are pretty descriptive on their shipments, but there are the occasional, no, that's just a cargo, which could be, for you could assume is either like a bounty or something else that's illegal.
Right.
So you are able to find a few of those and see that her schedule is pretty packed throughout the day. There's like 3 or 4 on different trade routes. So there's one near where the ambush was. There is one kind of closer to the city. There's one that's in an underground trade route that you've never been to, but you know about. And there's one just like off in the desert.
Okay.
So you have 4 possible leads. But none of them say specifically who with or what. They just say like cargo drop off, meet here. That's it.
Okay. I might have an idea, but I want to check it with the rest of the group. So when you come back to them, and then I'll send them a message like, "Hey, can we meet up at some point? I have an idea."
So Kira, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to go and just watch Kieran, like, do his target practice for a little bit, like a few moments, and maybe give him a couple of pointers. Try to ease into it's that scene in the show where like somebody is like, cool, everything's fine, right? Everything's totally fine, and communication definitely doesn't need to happen. And then eventually just ask it, like, it's like, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Well, okay might be a stretch, but, and out of character too, I think that like this is definitely a conversation like Kieran wouldn't have with anyone else, since it's just the two of them. But I think if anything, all of my combined training has prepared me to deal with loss, and I lost something really important to me and thought I would always have, and so I have to adjust, and that's not easy, but this is where we are, and I have to adjust. There's just no other path. So I'm practicing with this because that keeps my mind busy, and also it was nice out this morning, and I can't seem to sleep in. I tried today.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Somehow it just doesn't work.
Yeah. How are you doing with everything that happened? There were some pretty tense moments there, and Trash took off, and I know you two were close. I mean, how are you doing?
I owe you an apology.
Do you?
I do. You've always had this thing, but at the same time, I always felt like I had to protect you. And I let that get in the way of not only like the mission or whatever, but of you being who you were and acknowledging that you have the power to protect yourself and to protect me too.
Yeah.
And you still do. So I'm sorry.
I appreciate you saying that. I didn't realize that that's where you were, and I know that's probably not easy to say. I've always liked to think that we look out for each other, which
we do, and I lost sight of that, and I'm sorry.
Well, that's forgiven. That's I mean, we've always been on the same team, so that's not in question in my mind. I really thought all of us were on the same team as well, and I feel like I should have felt something if, like, you know, when Trash took off and that Dean was so upset, and that I just feel like I missed something huge, and I can't figure out what like where I missed it. I've been running events over and over and over in my head, and I just can't figure out where the blank is, you know, because I whiffed it somewhere, and I can't place it.
If anything, talking with Alistair, we can only really see the things that people let us see. And I think that in there, Trash is still our friend.
I want to believe that, but he really was pretty reckless and could have hurt someone.
Absolutely. And I'm not trying to excuse his actions, but I do. If what he's feeling and felt is anything like what I still kind of feel about this key and the holocron and what knowledge and like there's a lot there that like it feels like it has answers. It feels like it would give you the power to equalize. Does that make sense?
Well, maybe.
But if it's anything like that, then I don't I'm not saying we should just forget everything that he did, everything that he's doing. God only knows what he's doing right now. But accepting him for who he is with his faults seems like it might be the way to get him to come back to us. But it has to be his choice. And there's nothing just like everything he's done up to now is his choice.
I would be mostly on board with that if his actions only affected him.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And we can really only judge someone based on their choices. And, you know, whether their choices turned out the way they wanted them to or not that's where maybe apologies are made and, you know, intentions don't match impact.
Yeah.
But he took off with the most valued possession in my life, and I own almost nothing. It's not been important to me. And there were a lot of other things that happened in the last week that just leave me asking questions about his choices. And that's what I want to know. That's where the unknown area is, in that I thought I knew Trash. I thought I knew Dian. I thought I knew you, and things did not go the way I thought they would. And that was hard to absorb.
Well, I will do whatever I can to regain your trust and to show you who I am. And I'll support you in finding answers for Trash, for Dian. And we will get your armor back no matter what. One way or another. Not like no matter what dark side business. Not like that.
Yeah. We've covered that ground.
but like together.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. This isn't an issue of you regaining my trust. You have it. You always had it. And that's why this has been so hard for me. It didn't go away. It just made me go, was I there for you enough? Was I there for Trash? Did I let Trash down? I don't understand all of the things that are connected here. I'm missing something. And it's really throwing me off. I mean, not those targets. I blasted those to hell.
You did great today. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, you just get it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what Mom was like.
What? All those hours in the dark, even.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know which one I always found the most fun though?
Which one?
Was the swinging one.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to set one up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
We have a
sibling.
montage.
Yes, there's a beautiful training montage. It's adorable. It's great. Shio has found trade routes. Trash, you're officially landing on Breldoon in the spot.
Cool.
What are some things you're doing to kind of prepare while the Mandalorian got suspiciously quiet?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm collecting up my stuff. Certainly getting some weapons ready. I will. You know what? I will try to rig up another stun trap in front of Dian's door.
Okay.
And see, just in case. And then once we're sort of landed, I'll wait in the sort of main area for Kagatha to show up.
Okay. Roll me another metal roll to see how well this trap is set up.
Let's see. Let's take this. Let's see how this one's gonna go.
Because you need to do it a little differently. You can't, he's not going to fall for the same trap twice.
Right, of course. That's doubles, so that's nice. So that gives me a thread. And it is a 9.
Okay. You're pretty sure it'll do the trick,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely not. Your last one was like perfect. This one's
Yeah.
like, you're like, this is off, but it should, stun him or it should stun him for like a little bit.
All right. Yeah, let's try it.
So yeah, it's there. It's set up in the event that he possibly escapes. Possibly.
Possibly, or at least comes through the door.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't hear anything. Like I said, it's gotten really quiet, possibly too quiet,
Mhm.
but you don't hear any weird noises coming from the room. So
Okay, I guess we'll live with that.
and yeah, you're on Breldune. You still have a little bit of time to prep before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit of time to prep.
Yep.
Cut back to Jedi Temple. Shio, Solana you get a call from Solana to come to her office.
All right. I suppose I can wait to call Kieran and Kira. Yes, I'll be right there.
Okay. She lets you know to call Kieran and Kira.
Oh,
He's like,
sure.
Get them.
Yes, you want
Yeah,
the three of
everybody.
us? Absolutely. I will get them over here.
All right.
I will send a comm, or I'll ping their comms. Hello, are you Kieran? Are you available?
Oh, wait, who are you calling?
Kira and Kieran.
Oh, both. Okay, yeah.
It's a party line.
Yeah. Yes. Shio, we're here.
Great.
Her helmet's off. She's gonna be back in a second.
Sure, absolutely. Solana wants to meet with us, and I may have narrowed down our search for trash. I would love to get your and Kira's input on our next course of action.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wrap up. We're just a few minutes away from the temple, so we'll be back in a minute.
Great. We are meeting at Solana's office.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Perfect. I am going to call a 5-minute break because I have to use the bathroom.
I was just about to suggest that.
Hooray!
So
Good.
we'll take 5, everyone. I've got my pause screen ready to go here, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Hello. So we're back. Pooja just had to step away for a second, but she'll be back too. And hi, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for joining us this morning. Blythe.
Ah! All right. We are back. I guess we will do. Well, we will do the Solana meeting for now because, well, yeah. So everybody gathers in her office. She is there. She has a data pad in her hand, and she's looking at both of you. She's like, "So it seems trash has re-entered the atmosphere. We managed to trace the ship on entry to the."
Oh, you mean literally?
Remember that 6-year-old trash? We were able to.
Damn it.
We were keeping an eye out in the event that he re-entered the atmosphere, and we were able to trace the number. I don't remember the names. I'm like blanking on tech names right now.
Coordination or the coordinates?
Not the coordinates, but there is like a
Trajectory?
and ships have IDs in Star
Mhm.
Wars, and I'm just blanking on what they're called right now.
Energy
yeah, they were able-
signature?
Yes, something. Yeah, like
Transponder.
transponder. Thank you,
Yeah,
transponder
that's
code.
probably it.
We were able to track the transponder codes on the ship, so it seems at least your ship has re-entered the atmosphere.
Well, I can confirm that he was looking for a bounty hunter that was on Kagatha's hit list. So he could be coming back to deal with her.
Of course, Kagatha is known to help many for a price. It seems the transponder codes are led us somewhere to this area, and she kind of pulls up a map, and it's like basically able to narrow down the locations you saw to either where your ambush was or where the desert is.
Well, that makes things rather easy. At least we know where he is.
Yes. It's like I suspect he's not anticipating us. So it might be wise to get the element of surprise.
Out of character, I just completely brain farted on the master's name.
Solana?
Solana. All I had in my head was Cortana, and I knew it was wrong. Like, this is not Master Cortana. Okay. So Kieran says, Master Solana, I almost said Cortana again. Master Solana, I know you said I could stay here and this is my home, but I am not sure what my capacity is here with the temple. If we're going to go find him, am I... what is my relationship to the temple? I'm not a Padawan, and I'm just wondering how... I don't even know how to phrase the question. But Master Shio, do you know, what am I trying to say? What is my job here?
I understand what you're asking. And Master Solana, as far as I'm concerned, he's still my Padawan. If that's okay with you, Kieran. I may not be able to teach you the ways of the Force, but you've learned much. You've learned much about how to be a Jedi, and being a Jedi is not all about levitating rocks and
but that's
jumping
a
high
part
places.
Of it.
There are many Jedi who don't do these things. Jocasta Nu really never went out into the field. Most of her grand stories had very little to do with her Force abilities.
She did
Yes,
develop that,
much more to do with her blaster.
and that phenomenal organization system she developed. The Nui decimal system was really groundbreaking.
And she did all of that without the Force. So as far as I'm concerned, unless you decide to leave the Order, you are my Padawan.
I can't think of an example historically, but Master Solana, is that permitted?
I had no intention of kicking you out of the order. Unless you want to leave. But as far as I know, you're still his Padawan.
Well, I guess I'd rather stay here and be that for now until I figure. I mean, I think it's what I've wanted to be my whole life. Is a Jedi, and I guess I'll figure out what that means to be a Jedi without the Force.
Figure that out.
But if that is the case, then I'm still a representative of the temple.
Yes.
And if
you
we're
are.
going to find trash, then we have some authority is the wrong word, but we have the right to ask questions, I think.
Yes, he still has.
I
in
can
his
send you.
possession- Go ahead.
Would you prefer that I send you alone, or would you like me to send you with some guardians?
Oh, I think having guards would be a bad idea.
We don't want to scare him off.
And I think it would unnecessarily upset Kagatha. You said he's at her compound?
No.
Not at her
Oh.
I don't know that. I'm going to stop talking.
I thought she had said that. I'm sorry.
No, the location of the ship is off kind of north-ish, or it's not the compound. It's around where you got ambushed in the earlier sessions.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't know exactly where he's landed, but you know the ship is over there.
Okay.
So it's not at Kagatha's compound. And Solana kind of is like, don't worry about Kagatha. I can handle contacting her and letting her know the situation. But if you would prefer, for Trash's sake, to not have guardians with you, I will trust your judgment.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that would be best.
I want him to make his decision on his own terms. The next meeting might need guards. It'll depend on what he decides in this meeting. But I wouldn't want him to make a decision based on coercion.
I fear you are right, but please get him back. We can't have people running off like this. It's not a good look for the temple, quite frankly.
I understand.
There is a good person in there. I've seen it. I know it. He's conflicted and lost, but that doesn't mean that we shy away from the conflict and give up on him.
I believe in Trash and always have. I gave him this job because I believed in his piloting skills and believed he could do some good. However, that trust is beginning to wear thin. He has gone down a path that I simply, I don't trust it. And I fear that it may lead you all into darkness. So please, be careful and do not hesitate to let me know if you do need guards.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Of course.
And I'm sure Kira will be on board for this when she's ready. She had to get cleaned up.
That is acceptable. I will trust that you will brief her on what's happening.
Of course.
Good. Now, if you'll be on your way, I don't know how long this deal will go for or when it will happen. But, please don't do anything that might upset her or her people.
Wouldn't dream of it.
I will. She wants whatever he has, so I imagine she will still show up, despite my warnings. Now, be on your way.
Okay.
Shio will give a bow and exit the office.
Same.
She shuts the door.
So, Master Shio, our mission is to convince Trash to come home, right? Not accost or arrest, or not that we have any authority to do that, but
That's what I want our mission to be, and that's what I think our primary goal should be.
okay.
Short of that, if he won't come with us, we do need to get the artifacts he has out of his possession.
Agreed. One of those artifacts is mine.
Yes. All we can do at this point is offer him the chance to do the right thing. We made that offer once already, and he declined it. Maybe he was scared, maybe he was overwhelmed, maybe he needed time to think, which is maybe why he fled.
Yeah. He may have been influenced by the dark side.
Exactly. We give him this second chance to make the right decision. Come in, come home, so we can help him. If he
Yeah.
turns this down a second time, there's not much we can do after that.
Yeah.
And I want you to prepare yourself for that. It's not a thing I want to do, but it is something that we'd have to consider if he turns us down.
If he,
Especially if he won't hand over the artifacts, including your armor.
it's just so out of character for him, and all I could think is if we had the opportunity to get him away from those things, they have to be influencing him, because this isn't some, I mean, trash is trash, but not garbage.
I understand. And I agree. I mean, how do you solve a problem like Dresh Penta?
Oh, well, we gotta give him space to think and recover and be himself again. But maybe that space could be here at the temple with somebody to look after him. I'm not sure what that would be called, but
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. First is to get to Trash and convince him to come in. And to get your armor back. If it's any consolation, I mean, the fact that he's here means he obtained the Mandalorian he was out to capture. My contact on Coruscant tried to offer him a decent amount of money to deliver the Mandalorian's armor. But he did not receive it.
who is this Mandalorian? What clan are they from? What
I don't know.
family do they represent?
All questions hopefully we can get the answers to. But I bring this up to show that there is still some good in Trash. If he's not going to just strip this Mandalorian of his armor to turn around an extra few credits.
Oh,
There is...
no, I know. I assume Trash wants to do the right thing and has been influenced in some way, because this isn't normal.
I agree.
At the very least, Trash is my friend and would never just take something that belongs to me. That's not Trash. You know, whether those other things belong in a museum or not, I guess, is Trash's point of contention, but
All right, before we go, I want to show you something.
okay.
And I'm going to take him over to the terminal that I fixed.
Wait,
Look at this terminal.
Okay. Callum is just kind of staring at you in his office like, what are you doing?
I'm having a teaching moment.
He shrugs and goes back to his work.
Look at this terminal.
Uh-huh.
What would you, with your vast knowledge of computers, say about how this terminal was fixed?
Well, I guess, I've like open up, look it over, open the panel, what, I don't know. Blythe, what's going,
So, I don't know if Blythe even knows. So, I'm trying to point out the fact that Shio fixed it the most crude, manhandled way possible. Like,
Okay.
it's working, but it's a mess. Like, it's...
right.
Yeah. But
is
it's
not
also it's not cute, but he did it so dang well. So it's kind of like you would be pretty amazed at like how crude it, also how it's almost working better than it like should be.
Yeah.
Because you rolled a 13.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm noting. Well, it looks like. Well, I mean, this connector here shouldn't even be on. I don't understand. This is 4 connections where one would do. What? Who did this? This is a technology crime.
I did.
Well, now I didn't mean any disrespect. What I meant was this is a really
fine.
unorthodox modification.
You can speak plainly. I know it's an absolute mess. I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
I am a Jedi Knight, and I don't know how to do this.
Well, it's not a primary course that we teach here.
But you do. The Jedi Temple and the Jedi Order only function because we have people who know how to do everything. Everybody knows how to do something, and working together, we create the working Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Force powers could not have helped here. I tried.
I
A
think
lightsaber did not help here. I tried.
I don't remember anyone telling me that I should think this, but I somehow picked up the opinion. It wasn't even conscious, but I think I looked down on those who didn't contribute via the Force. And that now carries over to me. Look down on temple members. Lots of people don't use the Force, but I always thought the ones who are here, I'm ashamed to say I guess I assumed they couldn't cut it in other ways.
Everybody has their strengths. And only by celebrating and by emphasizing those strengths are we able to function. Otherwise, every terminal would look like this one.
This is very bad. Okay.
Good. Now that we've had that, let's go get your sister, and we can devise a plan.
Okay.
All right. Go. Yeah. Go get
Kira,
the-
you had mud in your armor and you had to go clean it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone was cutting onions.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So you go get Kira. You gonna fill her in on what Solana has found?
Yeah, so out of character, the short version of what Kieran would say is that we're tasked to go make contact with Trash. We decided not to bring any sort of additional guard with us. Also that Master Solana confirmed that I'm still like officially a member of the temple and a Padawan, but I don't use the Force. So, but I'm still a Padawan. I'm still a member of the temple, and whatever sort of status that provides is still there. So that was sort of a limbo situation that Kieran wasn't really sure about. But yeah, we're supposed to go out and see if we can convince Trash to do the right thing, and maybe get the artifacts away from him that belong at the temple, including my armor, which belongs on this temple, and
Glad you've finally taken that to heart.
I mean, Kieran is a real fit nerd, so
Oh yeah.
that's,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he's like a founding member of the Nerd Strong Gym. So yeah, I think that's the paraphrase. catch up.
Great,
Okay.
let's do this.
So you are all going to the. We're gonna fast track a little. So you're all gonna meet, and I'm gonna say you're able to figure out where the ship is. But first, Trash. You see,
It's a me.
Kagath's people have arrived. It's none of her main people, other than her translator. It's not. She doesn't show up herself. Her translator is there, and some guards. They have some like shackles and things, and ways to kind of, maintain this Mandalorian, who no one has asked the name of. So no one knows what house this Mandalorian is from.
Is that important? I don't know.
Trash is the only person who could ask that question. You can't say no one has asked the name of.
And I have not, nor do I care, because that has nothing to do with the money. So
Nope. I mean, it could.
it could, I guess.
Find out why this Mandalorian is valuable.
But do I really need to get involved?
It says right here the Mandalorian's name is Cargo.
So yeah. I again, I'm not leaving the ship. I'm sort of staying in the sort of common area with an eye on the hallway where the quarters are. Blaster drawn, just sort of like here. So I'm gonna call Calculus Translator, be like, hey, so the Mando is on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm alone on the ship, so you have to come to me.
That can be arranged.
Cool.
I mean, he's there with. There's like 5 or 6 guards. It's not just like.
Yeah. No, you all have to come
That's
onto
it.
the ship. Trust me. Just come onto the ship, and then we can get the Mando, get him off the ship, and do the exchangey.
All right. That sounds fair. But no, if anything goes wrong, well,
No.
money for you.
Well, yeah, I know. No money. Jeez. Don't make it sound. You made it sound like bad. I get it.
Oh, it gets worse than that, but
Oh, come on, man. We're cool. We're all cool here. There's just no
Yes.
need to not be cool.
we are. They're boarding. Are you like lowering the?
Yeah, lower the gangplank. Come on up.
Okay, so yeah, they come on up. They're there. And so which room?
I point them to the name. Like, okay, I'm gonna trigger the door. They've gone quiet in there. They could have gotten out. It's not likely, but I'm just gonna trigger the door. I indicate for them to steer clear of the little stun trap. And yeah, trigger the door.
Okay. No one walks out.
Mm-hmm.
But the door's open.
All right. Well, I'm like, hang on. So I'm gonna go in, avoiding my little trap.
You know where it is, so I'll
yeah.
say you can do that.
And see what's going on in the room.
You get ambushed. A Mandalorian who's seemingly gotten free.
Damn it. Okay, so I am gonna try to fling them at the stun trap.
Okay, roll me prowess.
All right, let me just make sure. All right, you know what? I'm gonna use my awe
Oh yes,
because it's smiting. I'm trying to smite this enemy.
Oh,
that is for
that's right.
sure.
that's right.
Huzzah! That is an 11 on the dice plus 1 for a 12.
Yeah, you. He thinks he had the drop on you. Does not, and
Nope.
you are able to successfully fling him into the stun trap. It doesn't knock him out, but it does stun him. So
Great.
he's
And that's like, Do your thing. Avant.
The-
Allons-y.
The translator motions for the guards to go, and they go over and handcuff the Mandalorian again, and they have some stun batons on them.
Awesome. Cool. So, couple Qs. Hopefully you have some A's. Do you need their armor?
Well, you know how valuable this is, right? This is, I mean, look at it.
It is really valuable. I'm just asking because I know someone who could give me a good price on the armor. You want the Mandalorian, I take the armor. Everybody happy.
You can have the armor if you forego payment.
Ooh.
Otherwise, I think Hagatha will take it.
You know what? I'll take that deal. I will take that deal.
Sounds good. And he like snaps his fingers for the guards to start stripping the Mando of his armor.
All right.
The helmet comes off. He is darker complexion, very like dark, curly, kind of wavy hair. A handsome man. It's like a reddish brown hair.
Ooh.
And like nicely tanned skin. Like he's got a very chiseled jaw. Like he's a very handsome man.
Good looking fella. Oh, wow.
And very angular features. And yeah, they take the armor off and give it to you.
Great.
Not all of it is pure, but it's enough that it will it's definitely worth what Reyes is offering.
Cool.
For it. And they start escorting him off the ship. As that's happening, the rest of the gang is arriving. The translator thanks you. He's like, "Thank you for your business. It's always a pleasure. I'm glad we could finally apprehend this criminal."
As am I. I'm glad that I could be of service. Just remind Kagatha that I'm always happy to help.
Oh, it is noted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. You have earned quite the trust. And I want the Mandalorians to roll as you are arriving. You catch a glimpse of him.
See this guy being marched out of the ship.
Yes. I'm trying to think what would be like what's a good one for knowledge?
Judgment usually.
Yeah. So just roll me some judgment.
Meanie.
Oh, I mean metal. Definitely metal.
I will give you each a +1 for this because you might should know who he is.
Okay.
Got an 8.
8
Because +1 and -1 cancel each other out.
I also got an 8.
All right. You don't know his name specifically. You do know he's House Kreese. And a direct descendant of the royal line.
That's not good.
Possibly y'all don't have like a king or queen anymore. You're not a monarch, but House Kreese still has a lot of weight to their name, and think of him as like a Prince Harry type.
Right.
Like,
are the
I'm gonna
families
need a minute.
united as a nation?
Yeah, you're all pretty united.
Yeah.
Now, like it's a united front. It's a democracy.
We have like a
it's
democratic
not-
council or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a monarch anymore, but it's they still kind of have a little bit of a figurehead in that, like, this clan has been around a long time. They've kind of been known as like the ruling line, so there's still a lot of respect for them.
Kind of like a constitutional monarchy, a little bit like the UK.
Little bit. It's pretty much guaranteed one of them will be on the council. Like it's always happened that way, and no one's voted against it. It just always happened.
They're popular and well respected, and yeah.
and hot.
Yep.
So like, so you do know that he is one of the like younger sons of the family who's yeah. So you know he's a big deal.
Okay. Do we
And
know
he's
Kagatha's translator's name?
What did I name him? I don't remember if I named him.
His name is Tran
Bell.
Slater.
that works.
It's Tra N Slater.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Yep.
His name is Tra. No, his name is
Belloc.
They call him Belosh.
no, it was actually it's funny because his name was gonna be Lilac.
Lilac.
Speaking of Twi'lek sounding names, yeah, his name is Lilac.
Lilac.
But I mean, yeah, so he's walking off with the prize.
What? Hold on. Lilac, a word, please, before you go.
Trash. Roll me a judgment to see if you see them. You're
I
still
was thinking, I'm still on the ship. We
Okay.
did the script. I'm on the ship. I'm not even.
okay. No, so you're not paying attention. You're like,
I'm securing the goods here.
Oh, yeah, all that armor piece, all those armor pieces you got to pick up.
That's right.
Yeah, so Trash is not paying attention. Lilac turns and is like, yes, I heard you might be arriving.
What does Kagatha want with this man?
He stole from us.
Well, what did he steal?
I don't know if that's any of your business.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I can pay for the loss.
Well, maybe the Jedi can afford it, but I don't know that you yourself can.
We represent the Jedi today.
I guess that is true. He kind of like walks. He kind of like shoves Kreese forward. He's like, "Would you like to explain to your people," pointing to you two, "what you stole from us?" And he kind of looks at them. He's very out of it. He's been stunned. And he's like, nothing that you didn't steal from us. He's like, that is not what I said. You stole from us. And now you have to pay the price. And he's like, I happened to get a hold of some artifacts and Beskar from them because Kagatha did not have any right to it. Happy? And Lilac kind of like smacks him. Like, that was our property.
Where
It was
did
not yours to
Kagatha
steal.
find Beskar?
We have many trades and many deals.
And I know you cannot speak for Kagatha herself, but did you not feel that perhaps with the history of the Mandalorians and Beskar and their artifacts and the reclamation attempts that we are doing as, with the Jedi and the Mandalorian alliance, to maybe work out some kind of deal to bring these items back to Mandalore?
Oh, yes, and if he had paid for them instead of stolen them, we might have agreed. And he's like, you didn't have it priced fairly. Besides, it belongs to my family. And Lilac kind of motions for a guard, and a guard stuns him with one of the stun batons.
Well, I think it's probably best to let us take this man and have Kagatha let us know how much she would like to sort that out. How many credits?
Roll me a sway, someone.
Can I assist by you? Oh, I'll wait till see if you get the need for assist.
You can aid. I mean, yeah, you can aid.
Look at me with all
Okay.
this awe.
He might listen to you a little bit more, Shio, but
Right. Yeah, I wanna assist.
Yeah,
wanna
but I
put
went
my-
out there and put my foot in my mouth. So here we are.
So I'm gonna give you my foot to put also in your mouth.
All right, I do have one thread. I may end up spending it to give myself advantage. We'll see what happens here, because I'm at -1. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, I'm spending my one thread to give myself advantage.
okay.
Roll a third die. That's not better. I went from a 1 to a 2 on that die. So I have a total of 5 minus 1 is 4. So basically made it. I basically made it.
All right. Yeah, Shio, see if you can assist here.
All right.
Bonuses.
That is a 7 awe. So not much.
No, Lilac is not about this. He looks at both of you and he's like, I think that we will give you the credits and we will maintain this Mandalorian here until you can pay for him. Otherwise, I think I will bid you adieu. Kagatha would like
Mind
to see
how
this one
you
personally.
treat your prisoners. Luck.
Is that a threat?
A bit of advice
Yes, well, if the
for people who
Mandalorians-
don't want to start wars that they cannot win.
Agatha has many allies, please.
And the Mandalorians never forget insults given to their own.
Yes, well,
Never
neither do
mind.
the Hutts.
Oh, actually, never mind. I don't think I'm going to say that. Never mind. Strike that from the record.
Yeah, he's just like, neither do the Hutts. And grabs Kreese. I'm just going to call him that until you know his name. And starts packing him away. You also notice he has been stripped of his armor. You just recognize him because he has like that Kreese angular face.
Right. So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
only got his abs to keep him warm.
He's a hot boy.
This is fine.
I want to go to there.
I mean, I will give you that tidbit. He does swing always.
Everybody wins.
And I'm gonna say y'all would know that he has had different partners in the past, like romantically, and
Sure.
I
No
imagine
preference.
I mean, the
When you
tabloids,
mentioned-
the tabloids reign supreme.
Right.
when you mentioned Prince Harry, I imagine both the good and the bad.
that's just the only prince I could remember the name of.
So
I'm gonna be really honest.
and we know that he's a member of the family, but we can't identify exactly who he is.
No, because you rolled an 8. You didn't remember
Oh.
exactly who.
Okay.
You know that he's not part of the political part. Like
Okay. Yeah, so he's not as well known.
he is, yeah, like he's appeared at family functions, he's in all the photos, he's gotten into some scandals, but he's not
Right.
like he's not a political figure.
Yeah. He like manages the family rugby league or whatever.
Well, if you rolled better, you would know what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lilac is taking him away because you did not convince him that it was worth giving to you now.
Okay.
And he's like, Lilac is like, friendly bit of advice though. Your friend is quite good with traps, so be careful. And kind of like walks off with Kreese.
Hopefully we won't need to be. I say to Kieran and Kira, not to Lilac.
Oh, the ship is the gangplank still down, or did you pull it up?
I mean, it's still down. I'm not going anywhere just yet.
Fair. So the gangplank is down.
No.
The ship is right there. How do you approach Trash?
I want to go up to the intercom on the side of the gangplank. Unless anyone's just storming up there, but
I think it's time to go get your armor, bro.
well, right. But this is where I want to start. Is
Okay.
I just want to push the intercom button and say permission to come aboard.
Yeah. What? Why not?
Not into the intercom, just mumbling to himself like, yeah, like that would have been obvious. Just so annoyed.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Kieran's gonna just march on up the gangway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
What's so we're gonna go like nothing happened.
What happened?
Really? Trash.
What? What? Listen, the Jedi people were freaking out, and I was just like, I didn't need that, so I split. What?
Nobody at the temple was gonna hurt you.
I don't know. Listen, they were 4 armed guards were coming pretty quick for like virtually no reason.
Okay.
And I just felt like,
But you did kind of like take us to another planet without telling us you were taking us to another planet when in fact you said we were coming here. So there were
But that worked out.
questions. There were questions to be asked.
yeah, and
Legitimate questions.
there were some questions, and it just seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot. But listen, we're all cool. We're here. I'm here. We're good. Do I gotta go?
Where?
I gotta go back to Coruscant just for like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna go back to Coruscant, and then I'll be right back here. Everything's cool.
That seems like a lie.
That's not a lie. I've just gotta go. I gotta go see a guy about some stuff, and then I'll be right back.
Oh, is it more Mandalorian armor that you're making off with? Because didn't Skeep notice that member of House Kreese just walked away with no armor?
Yeah.
So it's cool. You're just gonna be super cool stealing Mandalorian armor
He stole some
over
shit from
and
Kagatha.
over again.
He stole some shit from Kagatha. That's on him and Kagatha to figure out. This is how I got paid.
This is how you chose to get paid.
Listen, it was a complicated sort of situation here. It's like a daisy chain of things. And Kieran, look, I'm sorry. When I flew off before, I wasn't thinking about your armor. It's in your chambers. It is fine. Nothing
Kieran
bad
just
happened
walks
to
away
it.
to go to his cabin.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
What about the other artifacts?
Oh yeah, whichever ones you want, you can take. Here. The holocron's not in it.
As I'm looking over the artifacts, I'd like to try to use the Force, see if I can pick up if the holocron is still on the ship or if he maybe then stashed it somewhere on his
Yeah,
adventure.
you can use a weird.
Okay. Oh my god, it's feast or famine with these rolls. That's a 12.
Trash. You kept it on the ship, right?
It's still on the ship. Yeah, I just stashed it away.
Yeah, so it's still on the ship. You can feel its presence. It's just you
Where
honestly
the
can
ship is
feel
it?
its strap. You know exactly where he stashed it because you got a 12.
Okay.
But where
Great.
did you stash it, Trash?
Like back in
thrash
the
it?
engine. Back in in my quarters. We got a nice little hidey hole.
Okay, yeah. So it's it's in his quarters. It's still here, and your armor is still here, Kieran.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're being so reasonable about this, Trash. I'm just gonna get the
it's
rest
all
of it.
here.
Excuse me. Oh, there seems to be one thing missing, but I think I know where it is.
That one though. that one's kind of my pain and suffering for all this, so I'm just gonna hang on to it for a bit.
Your pain and suffering.
Listen, there was a lot going on here. There was a lot.
There was a lot.
Yeah. So, you know.
And there's a lot now. And you're not going to profit off of House Kree's armor.
Okay.
It's a line. There is a line, Trash. And that is it. You know what it means to us.
All right.
And just because you don't know him isn't an excuse.
Listen, I was just doing what Kagatha needed. That was it. But fine. You want it? Take it. You can take it, take these artifacts, and I'll be on my way.
I'm going to gather up the armor and just... You know you have a choice here. And I know it doesn't feel like one.
Mm-hmm.
But... But you do.
Okay.
But there are only so many times that people are going to look past what you do with the choices that you have. And I'm
okay. I mean, it's just funny. A little funny that, you know, you're saying all this and making all these stands when it seemed like, you know, you and I were pretty much on the same page there. You know, I mean, I feel like
I am not trying to make a stand.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a stand about much. But there were always lines I wouldn't cross.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking you not to cross them.
Okay. I said, take the armor. I just, you know, it's just, yeah, take the armor. You've got your artifacts.
Shio's gonna come back from the back with the holocron.
Come on, man. You got to leave me something.
Do I?
Yeah.
Leave you something to go where? What would you do?
I don't know. I got contacts. I got friends, you know, I got to eat.
And this is going to help you do that.
Yeah. No, yeah, I feel like I could get a pretty good penny for that one.
How much?
I don't know. I haven't even, you know, had it appraised yet.
I think Kieran's probably had enough time to get his armor on. And comes out of his cabin wearing his helmet for once, which is relatively unusual for him. And the temple armor is on the clothes horse, the armor horse that you keep in your room to put your armor on when you take it off, like everyone has.
I mean, otherwise, how is it going to stay in good condition?
Right, you can't just like leave it in a pile or shove it in a drawer. That's weird. So anyway, yeah, that's all back there, and he's got his blaster and his lights. You know, he's all like himself,
Yeah.
and just comes out and you know through the helmet vocoder says, "Trash, are we still friends?"
I don't see why we're not. You're all the ones here talking about choices and laying down laws and whatever. You know, we were out there. We were doing what we always do. You know, sure, okay, fine. I freelanced a little with the choice to go to whatever muckety muck planet. You know, obviously, I'm sorry about everything that went down with you. You know, those children of the void are fucking dicks. But I've got your armor. I'm again sorry I flew off with it. That was a crazy situation right there. I'm just trying to make the best out of it.
the temple is ready to provide you with whatever you need. Like they give us a place to live and food to eat and fuel your ship. That's been the arrangement.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just feeling right now like I'd like to, I don't know, be my own person.
Well, that's one thing versus taking off with a bunch of stuff the temple asked you to get for them. It seems like those have to be two distinct steps. If this was set up differently, we'd be having a going away party and getting you the things you need and getting you outfitted and wishing you well on your journey of, capitalism, I guess. It still doesn't have to go down like this. It doesn't have to be you mad at us for taking the things the temple sent us out to get.
I am not mad. I just want to be very clear here. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm a little annoyed that you're like taking all the stuff that I worked so hard to get, some of which Kira helped me get.
We were hired to get these things.
Yep. And, I'm a little frustrated, but I'm not mad about it. Like, you're doing what you got to do. Fine. You need the armor. You want to take the holocron. Fine. Go right ahead.
So why not come back with us, answer Solana's questions, and we can keep working together?
I don't know if I want to answer a bunch of questions and answer to a bunch of people.
Versus having to go deal with criminals just to, keep fuel in your ship and food on the table?
Some of those criminals are my friends, and we also deal with criminals all of the time.
I know, but we have backup. We have a way to live without selling human beings to Kagatha.
I didn't sell a human being to Kagatha. I collected a bounty on someone who stole something from her. Which is kind of what Mandalorians also do.
Hey, that was 100 years ago.
He is a little bit right about the bounty. Bounties are just a thing, and we're gonna deal with that. But if you don't want to work with us, if you don't want to, you don't have to. No one's gonna force you to. Just let us actually get our stuff this time before you take off. And
actually, if you could drop us off at the temple, that'd be great. Because the armor thing is really heavy to carry back, and
not to mention,
I'll help you with that. They're not. Remember, there's that rule where he can't actually take the ship anymore after that crash.
Yeah, because I'm the temple's favorite person. That's me.
If you want to leave, that's fine. I understand.
It's not that I just want to say it's not that I want to leave. It's that you all also came on here all pretty hot and heavy. I have thus far agreed to everything that you want, and you're all acting like I'm still the bad guy here for reasons I don't understand.
No, if we thought that, we would have knocked you out and flown you back to Solana and thrown you in a cell. That's not where we are.
Okay.
You disappeared with no word. You could have contacted us at any point to say what was going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's it doesn't have to be like this.
Come back to the temple with us.
Why?
We can figure this out. You can decide then if you want to stay or go. If you're going to go, then we can treat this holocron as you bringing it to us to sell to put into protection, which we've done before. We can get it appraised and get you some seed money to start your new life, or you can stay with us. But come with us.
I feel like this is going to be some sway someone times.
Oh Lord, that's been going so well today.
Let's see how this goes.
I definitely think it's assisted, but I also how much is trash resisting what they're saying?
55%. I just don't want to deal with a bunch of paperwork and answer a bunch of questions. Ugh. I'm a little annoyed that Kira was like right there with me for all of it and is now all like, whatever. But I'm also not gonna like blow up her spot and her little secret key and all of the shit that, we did. But still, I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Why are you busting balls?
All right. Well, I rolled a
I will-
7.
And I'll aid, and I'm going to, like, I think that it's not that I want to lecture you, and trust me, I think more than anybody else what is going on. I'm just saying you don't have to go it alone.
Okay.
Like, that's all. You just don't have to go it alone.
All right.
And that was a 9. God damn it. The worst. Actually, you know what? F this. I'm going to spin the thread. One.
The mechanic is there.
I mean, the odds are not good on a get it back, but like, I don't care.
Okay, if it's the 10, so I mean,
It was
obviously
10 that time.
obviously Trash can still resist, but this argument is very,
It's
very
fine.
compelling.
Sure, let's go. I'm fine, whatever. I'm not doing a bunch of paperwork.
Okay. So you're all going back to the temple?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna send a. No, I'm not. I'm fine.
Okay,
Ignore
well,
it.
I am going to say that, like, they're totally people who do the paperwork for you. I
Hi.
don't understand why you're
it's
always
me. I
being
always
so
did
afraid of
Trash's
paperwork.
paperwork. Actually, that was me.
Yeah.
It's just,
RB
But
has done
literally,
it.
there are people who do this.
But also in that moment, Semi with permission, Kieran's gonna go like pick Trash up in a hug.
oh,
I can't remember if Trash is much bigger than Kieran. Are they?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, Kieran's
Kieran's
pretty
like
tiny.
5'10" or whatever, just
Yeah.
indescribably small. Joey. I don't remember how big Trash is.
Trash is pretty big.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure Kieran can pick him up. So
Yeah.
just gonna go and pick him up in a big hug.
Oh, Trash is gonna hug him back. Like, I don't understand what. I mean, I know y'all went through. I guess y'all went through a whole thing. Like, I was just doing what we always do.
Yeah, but we should do it together.
Aw, you nerd.
Yep.
All right, so
RB, do you want to come with?
RB is just like, like, what choice do I have?
fair.
I mean, you could stay here. That's the choice. Like, you could.
RB's like, no, I'm not staying in the desert.
Yeah, there's no staying in the desert.
Droids do famously well in the desert. Famously.
It's like, like, no. So you all head back to the temple. It seems real quiet. You don't see the normal everybody out and about like they normally would be. It's very eerie and strange. And as you approach, those are cars.
Perfect timing.
That was such good.
As you approach, you notice there are lots of figures in cloaks. And not the Jedi kind of cloaks.
Oh boy.
And you see the tall figure clad in black wearing a mask walking out of the temple with Solana. And other Jedi are kind of like lined up and captured. And that is where we're going to end it.
You monster.
You monster. That's perfect, actually.
Yeah, I had to cut it a little short today. I have a lot of stuff I gotta take care of.
If real life
before the
comes
new
first,
puppy.
we all understand that.
Yep.
But yeah. So that is the big bad has arrived, and
Oh boy. They found
you did
us.
not negotiate a princess freedom.
Again, he stole some shit. So, prince or not,
It
I
belongs
mean,
in the museum.
part of me is like his family didn't actually have the resources to like negotiate it. So I'm not down with like him escaping all consequences, but Mando armor is Mando armor, not
Yeah.
you
You also
down for
don't
Beskar money armor. And like
you don't know the
no
full
one's-
story.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's possible this Kryze should have just bought whatever it was from Kagatha, but
yep.
I don't know what you're saying. Like, I looked in his eyes and I know he's innocent.
Oh, jeez.
oh, that was his eyes.
All
I
six of them.
think the eyes are a little higher up.
Yep.
Yeah, he's yeah, you don't know the full story behind what happened or what
Yeah, not all
why he stole
Mandalorians.
things.
Not all Mandalorians keep their eyes in the same place, Captain.
Alrighty. So let's go around and everybody say what you're doing, where people can find you, and what they can expect from the interwebs for you. Let's start with Pooja.
Hello, I am Pooja, and you can find me on Twitter at LADesigirl. That's LADESI girl. On occasion, you can find me on the Happy Jocks podcast. Currently, both of my shows are on hiatus, but hopefully we'll be coming back soon. And I am on the 12-Sided Stories podcast, where currently we are releasing Blades of Eversync, which is a really fun kind of Discworld/Conan situation. Lots of great decisions are made because we are great.
Alrighty. Jay. Names. There's so many J names.
So many J names. Hi, y'all. Jay here. You can find me on the socials at Jay Holtham in all the old familiar places. You can also find me on Happy Jacks, starting up a new game there on Monday, a traveler game called Yuma Station. That should be a hoot and a holler. And you can also find me on 12-Sided Stories on Blades of Eversync. And there are various other things that you can get if you become a Patreon supporter.
Is that an Old West traveler setting? Like what?
It's Space Cowboys.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, Yuma Station's classic Old Western.
Yep. And that's it.
All right. Jason.
Hi, that's me. Yes. And also I realized that literally all of us have a J in our name somewhere, at least. So that's literally all of us. Yep.
Except live.
Except me. Except me.
No, there's a
No
silent
Js.
J.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
a
also
Kevin
not-
Smith movie.
I thought your name was Mary J. Blythe.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's the first time I've actually heard that. So good job.
Wow, really?
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
I'm astonished.
Yeah, no. I had an ex-boyfriend who used to say much obliged, but that's the closest I've gotten to it.
Mm.
Also, there's a reason he's an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, that checks out. All right, so I'm here. This is my channel, by the way. If you didn't know, the It's Probably Okay channel is where I hang out a lot. I'm here Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we wear death. I play some sort of a game that has a permadeath mode, and you get killed a lot and have to start over because I like that for some reason. And Fridays are Friday Fly Day. We have a very chill No Man's Sky stream set up with Sam DeLev. Friday mornings or Saturday mornings, we're right here at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you're watching this later, you might not know that. And Sunday evenings we're kicking off the official schedule for my dev diary, the developer's diary, while I'm working on Demigods. I'm writing, chatting, part, AMA and creative and, whatever. It's actually, we kicked it off 2 weeks ago on a Monday, and it was really, really fun. And then I've been working on setting up something. We have something very special coming tomorrow that I will announce tomorrow. But there is a crossover event where one stream leads to another stream.
Ooh.
It's called Crossing the Streams.
Ooh.
You're not supposed to
I
do
hear,
that.
yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's okay if only 2 people do it. It enhances it, actually. There's documented proof. Yeah. Oh, and other than that, you could follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. And you could check out the game I made, Demigods, that we have just crushed into oblivion here at demigodspbta.com. Thanks.
Woo! Joey.
Hey guys, I'm Joey Nestra. You can find me on all the socials at Joey Nestra, because it's my name. I've done this before, I swear. I'm not currently streaming anything else right now. Like Pooja, my Happy Jacks game is currently on hiatus because it also features Pooja. It's not on hiatus because it features Pooja. It's just a coincidence. So there's a reason I don't stream very much, and this is the reason why, apparently. But check the Happy Jacks backlog. You can find me all over the place there. Check this channel's backlog. See Spider-Verse. That was a super fun game. And keep your eyes out on my socials for what's coming next.
Woo! I hope it's awesome things. Joey is amazing, and you should watch all things. Honestly, you should watch all the things all these people do. I love all these people. They are wonderful. I have been the GM, Blythe Kala. You can find me across Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Blythe Kala 93. I really need to get back to content creating. Things have been a bit stressful because work and life and things, but I will do it. I will get back to it. You can find me here on Saturdays at 10 a.m. We have 2 more episodes left of Star Wars Silence in the Force, but please, please, please go watch those VODs on YouTube under Probably Okay Games. That's the letters OK. Don't search the word. You will not find it. And you can find me on Happy Jacks on Mondays playing Stone Top, run by Emily Vanderwerf, which is an adorable little game. The Kickstarter is about to launch. So if you want to go support it, look up Stone Top on Kickstarter and get some notifications for when that launches. It's really, really sweet. I can't express how much fun I'm having with how low fantasy it is, because you're just taking care of a town and you're citizens of a town. And there is fantasy. My girl is low-key wanting to date a fairy king, which never ends well. Don't do that. But yeah,
like
that's
a
on
good idea.
Mondays.
Can say I do have one example of when it ended very well, and therefore you should totally go for it.
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to ask advice on how to get my awkward nerd goth girl to date the fairy king.
That seems real bad. Real bad.
He's real hot though.
Worth it.
Also, he said she'd make a great queen. Okay.
Oh boy.
That's everything I'm doing right now. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be working on and announcing my own Kickstarter sometime in the next few weeks. So just keep an eye out on Twitter for that. It's scary and it's going to be interesting, and I hope people respond to it well.
You got this.
Oh yeah.
That's everything I'm doing.
Okay, I think I'm going to... Does anyone else... any other announcements or anything?
Nope.
Okay, I think we're going to hop over and say hi to Librarian Liz after we go to our closing screen here. And until next time, or tomorrow, if you could tune in for the Dev Diary, it's going to be a lot of fun. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.